you still have any questions and queries, I can take up and we can see it. Okay. So just give me like couple more minutes as I told yesterday. So we will see a little about, so yesterday we were discussing, right? So like if at all, if you have some knowledge in Selenium Java, so it's little different from what you have. There you have to build a framework from the starting, but here the framework is already defined. Okay, so there is absolutely like there is no need for you to start writing the framework. Okay, so before I tell about what is, I mean, a framework and all, so I just wanted to know, is everyone familiar about what is framework? I mean, just what exactly is a framework is? Yes, no.
Yes, I'm aware of.
Okay. Can you just tell me what exactly a framework is? I mean, what you generally do in framework? A high level definition would help others to understand.
Okay, so I don't have the theoretical definition, but yeah, when I was working in Selenium Cucumber framework, so it's like we are having the structure. We can say, for example, we were using uh, page object model. So in that we are having the folder structure, and where we are having one for feature, where we are keeping all the features, and we are having one folder for POM, means page objects, where we are keeping all the pages, and we are maintaining the functionality pages wise. And next we are coming to the locators, so in that we are maintaining all the locators of the pages. And next we are coming to the step definition of the features, whatever we have written. So in that way we can say it is like a structure way to manage your project.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was also looking for. So yeah, as Shweta told, it's like a structured way. It's like a it's like a path, or it's like a way how you can design your project. Okay, so it depends upon how you design it. Okay, so whatever way you want it, you can design it by yourself. So here there's already everything is designed. You just have to cut the cake and eat it. Okay, so that is the flexibility you get from when you're using Tosca. Okay, so let us quickly see what are. So now we understood what is actually a framework is. Framework is nothing but which helps us to understand the flow, or which will help us to understand what is going on in the project and how our project is being maintained. Okay, so everyone has his own approach of developing it. Okay, so coming to Tosca, we have two kinds of framework. Let me quickly share the screen. So I did not, I'm just sharing my Tosca, that's it. So yeah. So there are basically two kinds of framework. So it's called as classic framework and T-box framework. So classic framework was actually, I mean, invented like I mean, Tosca started its journey with classic framework, where it was like in the old, I mean, in the starting, it was when Tosca has really started like how to grab the object pages and all, so it started its career. So there are few disadvantages with classic model. It's like little very slow, and for nowadays whatever the technologies we are using to build up our web pages, so it takes a lot of time. So there comes, so always where there's a disadvantage, there comes up a new thing, so that you can use go to it. Okay, so in the similar way they have come up with a new framework called T-box framework. So T-box framework you'll understand. Okay, so don't worry about what Manasa is telling. Just try to get familiarized to whatever the words I'm telling, so that slowly one by one everything you'll get into the mind. Okay, so for now you have to understand Tosca has an inbuilt framework. So basically there are two kinds of framework in Tosca. One is classic framework and other one is T-box framework. So I'll just brief you about what T-Box framework is, and then I'll show you how this framework works and how are we gonna capture the pages and how are we gonna start our test case journey with Tosca. Okay. So, how do I start? So, suppose so when I have to capture anything on this web page, so generally when you are working with Selenium, so what you do, you write an XPath or you write something. So here, everything is playing around with this section called modules. Okay, so literally I can say modules is a heart of the test cases, whatever you create. Okay, so what are modules, what are the different types of modules, all those things we will see. So here is where we actually use our framework. Okay, so basically, T-Box framework is nothing but we use for the latest technology web pages like UI and non-UI applications. So for UI, if your web page is developed with Java, or if your web page is developed with any other like non-UI programs, like if you want to do a non-API testing or if you want to do an XML testing, for all those things you can use this T-Box framework. And coming to the classic framework, it's like older engines, like it is called as an X engine. Okay, so these are all built up with X engines, like classic framework. So when you see whatever modules are present here, so these are all developed from the classic engines, and this comes like these are ones which uses the Xcan window, and here is where you try to capture the with the help of T-Box framework. Okay, so basically T-Box framework is what we use in our day in to day out life. Okay, so did you get what exactly? I mean, what are the different types of frameworks and the major difference between T-Box framework and classic framework? So blindly, it's like a classic framework is for classical engines. Like if you want to do some operations on XML or mobile, or if you want to do some operations on SAP and PDF operations you want to do. So for all those things, you can use this X engines. Okay. So for the latest technologies, so like uh, not only the latest technologies, but whatever you want to do in the recent times, or if you want to create a new module, so automatically this T-Box framework will come into the picture. Okay. It's nothing but like a T-Box framework is nothing but like a single framework where it will try to support all the different technologies like Ajax, Java, Oracle, and other application controls. Okay. So there are different types of components for T-Box framework and classic framework. So when coming to the T-Box framework, it is called as Xcan window, and coming to the classic module, it is called as X engine. Okay. So you'll understand this slowly, but just get familiarized with all these concepts. Okay. So if I have to, so now everyone must be very eager to know how exactly we're gonna get these pages and how Tosca will interact with all those things. Okay. So I'll just give you a sample walkthrough, like how we generally create a test case, so that in the later stages you'll get into one by one, step by step for each. Okay. So when you go to the modules, you just have to click a scan, and here you have different types of what you do. Okay, so application, API, mobile, PDF, remote control, so whatever might be. So a web driver, if you want to do a Salesforce scan, file scan, whatever might be, so here you can go ahead and you can do it. So now as we are doing on an application, we go and get to scan this application. So whatever the application you want to scan, like you want to interact, your Tosca has to interact. This application needs to be opened in the backend. And if you see, all the applications will come up over here. Okay. So this is what I want my Tosca to interact. So demo web shop. Okay. So I'll talk about this now in some time. Just get. So now what happened? All the things, whatever are there here on my this application is what I see in my X Xscan window. So what is Xscan? Xscan is nothing but one of the component of T-box framework. So that means this is using the T-box framework. With the help of the framework, it's tried to capture what all the things are present on this. Suppose if you see, okay, if you see, this is a logout button. Okay, so let me highlight. So this is the logout. If you see, this is a shopping cart, wish list, search box, search store, books, computers, everything are here. You just, what you have to do, you just have to utilize it and then start creating your test case. Okay, so I'll tell you one simple step. Okay, so I just have to click on logout. So I'll just select this, save this, close it, and then I'll just start creating my test case here. Okay, here I just have to perform a click operation. So I'll just click on this. So Tosca will now understand. So I have to go and interact with this particular link called logout, and then I have to click on this. So when I run this, it will go, and ideally it will go and click on this logout button. Yes. So did you see the cursor moving and clicking on logout? If you see, there's no more logout. Now it's login. Okay. So to write this a simple step, did I write any code? Did I do any kind of scripting? Did you see doing anything? Yes, no would be good.
No.
Yeah. So this is how Tosca works. Okay. So whatever you see is as simple as how I create one test step. It is as simple as how you create a test case. Okay. Yes, there are a lot more things you want to explore about Tosca. You can explore about Tosca. So this is a very basic thing that I wanted to show you. So this is the easiness you get while you run your Tosca. And if you see, my result is a green. So which means my test step, test case, whatever I've done is a pass. So it is working fine. Okay. So how much time did it take for me to create one test step? Hardly 1 minute or 2 minutes? 2 minutes. Let us say 2 minutes. Okay. 2 minutes. So if I have to, in this way, if I have to create some 10 to 15 test cases, how much time do you think I can create 10 to 15 test cases? Hardly 2 hours. Even if you are a newcomer, if you want to explore, 2 hours, within 2 hours I can create 15 test cases. Do you think I can do it?
Ye- So, Manasa, I have a question. So, in Selenium framework or any other framework, we used to assert the result. So, I mean, is there any way we are doing here the assertion, or I mean, how we are saying like it is passed?
uh, can you please explain a little more about what is assertion so that everyone
Okay.
else will understand your question?
So assertion means, for example, you perform logout operation, right? So how you verify like the application or the, I mean, the user is logged out. So you verified like you are seeing login link there, right? Rather than log out now.
Yeah.
So in Selenium, we used to assert those things like we are expecting this and actual is this. If both are same, it means our test case is passed. So here, how we are validating that part?
Yeah, we have a lot more to learn. Okay, so this is just one step to make you understand how you're trying to capture the things on your
Okay.
application. In the later
Mhm.
stages, we will learn each and everything. Okay, all
Okay.
whatever
So
you
my
are telling
intent.
about the session. and you can also print your reports here itself. You can show it to your, so all those things will be covered. Okay. So why
Okay.
I just told you is just to make sure, make you comfortable that this is how easy, this is how easy you can build a test case. Okay. So it's just one simple, very simple basic step so that everyone can understand. Okay. There is
Yeah,
lot
sure.
more things to do in Tosca.
Hmm. Actually, I just want to ask, like, do we have any option to do that as well? I just want to
Yeah,
ask that.
yeah. We do have lot of options. That is what I was telling, right? So there are a lot more concepts that we have to learn in Tosca. This is just to make you understand how simple it is to just build one test case. I mean, one simple test step, I can say.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. We will learn everything. We will do everything. Everyone are gonna practice it, and everyone will surely have this theory. I mean, not only a theoretical knowledge, practical knowledge also. Okay. Yeah. So this is pretty much about what you can understand about framework. So in the later stages when you start working, right? So automatically you will get used to this, and you will, when you are attending an interview, you will like for sure you can answer whatever question about the framework will come up. Okay. Yeah. So now we understood that we have to do some magic in the modules. So there's a lot more thing you have to learn in modules also. It's not just a goal selected. There are different ways you have to identify your particular property. Property is nothing but what we are seeing in this. Okay. So it might be a text box, it might be a search box, anything like that. Okay. So if we have to identify this, there are different ways you can identify it. Okay. I'm not going to that topic. We'll cover it in the next class. Identification is all about what I've planned for tomorrow. But for today, we'll just talk about different modules and how to create a test case. So just a very basic overview. Okay. So now you have understood. So we are doing something on the module section. So I'm doing something on the module section. I'm just dragging and dropping onto my test case section so that some test case can be created. Okay. Yeah. And whatever you are seeing on the screen is called as Tosca. So this is where we'll be working, and this is a workspace that we are working on. And if you see, there are different modules, like one is a module section, another one is a test case section. It's a temporary result where you are seeing, okay, there's another way you can see your result and you can capture it. Okay, that will talk later stages. And here is an execution section. If you see, this is a project level folder. Okay. And if you see, this is a project. So this is what a project that I have created while creating this workspace. Okay. So don't get confused about what is workspace. Workspace is nothing but where you start working. Okay. So in general terms, everyone are in IT, I hope. So everyone will be going to the offices nowadays. So whatever they are doing, they do have a workspace in their company, right? So in the similar way, in Tosco also, we do have a workspaces. Again, there are different types of workspaces. We'll talk about it. So this is a workspace what I have created. And here, if you see, there are different folders. So these are called as component folders. Okay. You can create any component folders. So component folders are nothing but where it makes your life easy. Like you can segregate with your execution list to your issues. So if you have any issues that you have to report, you can go and do it in this issues section. So modules is what you just saw. And reporting, if you want to report, if you want to do any kind of report, you can do it in the reporting section. So requirements is where we start our actual journey. And test case design. So here we design our test cases with the help of sheets, test sheets. That this is a special feature that Tosca has provided. Okay, unlike like Excel sheets, Tosca also has one module called test case design, where you can see Excel sheet kind of thing, and you can create n number of Excel sheets here. Okay, and you can map it to your test cases. We are also talking about this in later stages when we are on AS2 section, and test cases is what we mainly work on whenever we are in AS1 syllabus, and test planning. So whatever plannings you have to do, we are not talking much about test planning, but we do talk about test cases, test case design, execution section, and module section. And for every test case to start its journey, it has to start it from module section. Okay. So that is the reason I just briefed you about framework. So in the module itself, you have all the frameworks ready. So just by clicking on a module, the framework will be called automatically, and with the help of the framework that is already designed, we are using it, and we are trying to create our test cases, and we are trying to execute them. Okay. So this pretty much about the tool, the Tosca tool, and everyone will have the access very soon, like in the next 1 or 2 days. Yeah. So I can take up like questions for 5 minutes, and then we'll quickly jump on to the next topic. Any questions still here?
Manasa, just one question. So, are we starting the actual training on this tool starting from tomorrow?
It's already ongoing. Okay. So whatever I'm telling from day one is what we are doing it. Okay.
So, the installation of the tool, this we will be doing this week.
Yeah, we will be doing like in couple of days. We'll be doing. I'll let
Okay.
you know when. Yeah, but surely we'll be doing by this week only. We'll have everyone will have the Tosca tool installed in their machine. Okay, I'll make sure that
Okay.
everyone will have the Tosca tool. Okay, but till then there are few things I have already told you, right? There are few things that you have to get hold of. So basic
Mhm.
things before you start your practical. So we'll be working on the basic things before we start doing playing around with the Tosca tool.
Okay.
What version
And
of
one more
Tosca we are
question.
seeing now? Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, I just complete my question. So, Mansa, you were also telling about the classic framework and T-box framework. So,
Yeah,
what I understood is the T-box framework, it is used for all the latest technologies, as you said, Ajax, Java, and Oracle. While the classic
per-
framework, it is used for the like the legacy application. Is my understanding correct?
yes, perfect. That is what I was
Okay.
also trying to explain.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll learn more about this when we are talking
Mhm.
more about these modules. So you'll get to have more knowledge. But for now, whatever as a basic, this is what you have to have embedded in your mind.
Mhm. Okay. All right.
And Manasa, one question from my end. What version of
Yes.
Tosca is this?
Yeah, whatever I am using in my machine is 15.2, but we can use 16 version also. Now we have 16 trending.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Any other questions that I have to take up? No other questions? Oh, then I'm so much clear about what I'm telling. Yeah, so we'll quickly jump on to this kind of slides. Yeah. So if you see, these are the different technologies this Tosca is supporting. So I could only, figure out few so that these are main things that we will do. It's like X browser, mobile, .NET, Java, SAP, Win32, Power Builder, Word, Excel, PDF, databases, file content, web services, XML, REST, JSON. So these are all different technologies that it can support. You can play around with Tosca. So there is also one reason the Tosca has become so much popular. And one thing, if I have to tell you, if you have seen this project, this component folder, you could see like test planning, test case design, requirements, reporting, modules, execution, everything can happen. Like once you come into Tosca, end to end, everything can be done, and like you just have to give the report to your client saying that this is what this is what this is. Okay, so it's like an end-to-end solution provider. Tosca is an end-to-end solution provider. So you have everything like API scan, you can do configurations, you can set up a Dex CI/CD pipeline so that your test cases are running continuously without no interruption. You can use Jenkins, all those things. With the help of all those things, you can do like end to end workout on your test cases. Okay. So that is one more important feature of Tosca. Okay, so where am I? I'm here. Yeah, so these are the main Tosca suite components. Like you have repository, you have commander, you have executor, you have system under test, and wizard and engines. So I told you, right? There are based on the engines, right? There are two types of framework. It's classic framework and classic debox framework, and X engines and Xcan are two different engines. Okay. And coming to the commander, this is all about. This is a Tosca commander where we actually work and where we do everything, and whatever we are doing on the execution section is what executor comes into the picture, and commander will have like one-on-one connection, like it will talk to the commander, and commander will go and say, hey boss, this is what you have to run. So this is how commander and executor will talk, and repository is a place where we save all our test cases. Everything will be saved, and you can pitch in and pitch out whenever you want. Okay. Yeah, and we'll talk about system under test. So what is system under test? So whatever application we are trying to test is called a system under test. So it might be called as SUT or system under test, whatever might be. So for now you have to understand this is what we are working on. So I usually call this demo web shop a system under test whenever we are in this session. So I would request everyone to create to go ahead and register with um, your details, like first name and last name, email. I would only request to remember the email and password, whatever you are giving it here. Just keep it in your mind so that we'll be using it in the later stages of our class. Okay. So let me ping you this quickly here in the Go chat. So everyone can go ahead and start registering yourself in the system under set test, so that we are going one step ahead of just starting your using your Tosca tool. Okay. So I would request everyone, please go to the chat window and just go ahead and click on this link so that you can start what I can say, you can start registering to this portal, and I can give you like 5 minutes of time. Please let me know once it is done. So is anyone doing, is at least one person doing out of in this class, so that it would be great.
We can give a disposable emails also, right, Manas?
Any email and password, I would request just to please make a note of it, so that we will be using all through our course. Okay. Whatever
Okay.
might be the email, so you'll not be getting any phishing emails or any kind of advertisements, nothing like that. So no worry about it. Okay. So someone was asking about Bharat, I guess. Bharat was asking about hardware configuration required for Tosca installation. It's like you have to have i5. It's pretty much very simple, like i5 core 2.4 gigahertz, and RAM should be like more than 8 GB, and you should have enough hard disk space. Like it would be good if you have like more than 5 or 6 GB of space, and yeah, that's it. Not too much complicated about the hardware requirements. So thank you so much for responding in the chat. It is really great that so many people are doing it. I'm so glad for that. Yeah.
Manasa,
Manasa,
sorry, just one. Okay, I just wanted to check one thing, Manasa. I'm using my office laptop, so the installation of the software shouldn't be a problem, right? For practicing.
For office laptop, I mean, you have to please go ahead and check with your because there are few people in my last project. I mean, last my training. So who
Uh-huh.
faced difficulties because they were not able to install the Tosca because
Oh,
they had issues from the project, like they are not supposed to install it. So you have to check on that. From
oh,
our
okay.
perspective, there will be no constraints, but from your project, I mean, from your office perspective, there might be some constraints.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Manasa, I have one question. When you
Yeah,
scanned the particular web page, right? It scanned all the images or links, whatever it is. It scanned randomly, okay? But you clicked on only logout. But
yeah.
can we rearrange this based upon our necessary because logout should be at the last, right? We can rearrange, right?
Yeah, yeah. We can do it. We can do it.
Okay, thank you.
So it's
And
not
it is a data
randomly.
driven.
No, it's not randomly. It took with a purpose. Okay, you will understand what is a purpose and how it was aligned. So yeah, please bear
Okay,
with me like another 2 to 3 days. You will get to understand how this magic is happening.
okay, thank you.
No problem. Yeah, I see almost everyone is done with this. Yeah, let's quickly jump on to the next thing. So now everyone are clear about what is SU2. SUT, it's nothing but system under test, whatever the application we are trying to use it. So what I would suggest is today's as a part of today's assignment, as I told you, every day you will get assignments. So today assignment is pretty much easy. You just have to log in and you have to just see all the different flows. How when I add something to my ad cart, how is my shopping cart working? So after I go onto the shopping cart, how are the things working? How can I check out? So I would request like everyone to go and see the functional flows of everything so that you get good grip of whatever we are planning to do. Okay. Mostly it's like don't waste time much on it. Like only on the books and apparel and shoes are the two most things that we'll be working on. So if it is, it's always good if you go and look around, but most of them it's like same. Here we'll be covering mostly on apparel and shoes and books. Yes, so I would request everyone to go have a functional review of what application we are working on. Okay, and this is pretty much about a simple architecture what I can see, and this is what I have already explained you. Like we have test case section, module section, test case design, execution requirements, everything. Okay. Yeah. So if you see, this is a Tricentis Tosca circle. As I've already told you, starting from requirements to till the generating reports, everything can be done in one single go in the Tosca. Okay. So here, this is how the model of our Tosca works. So you have to extract the interface model, like this is called as system under test. So whatever the application that you are working on should be open and you start getting the technical information of the system under test into your Tosca with the help of scanning the application and creating a module. So once you get all the technical information, like once you create your module, then you feed data to this technical information whatever you do. So whatever I have captured in the module, I have fed some information like technical information, what action it has to perform is one of the technical information that I have given to my module that I've created, and then I started running it. Okay, so that is all in this tool. I mean, in this slide, like we extract the interface model and we, on the technical information, we feed the data for this, and then we can create the test case. So it is pretty much same for any kind of like application, like even if it is Salesforce, if it is SAP, any engine. Only thing, yeah, there is a little change, but pretty much this is how we will be working around. Okay. Yeah, this is like a simple, I just want you to understand how Tosca is a scriptless tool and how others are. So if you see, this is called as application. So this is one of the applications which has this different different text boxes, drop downs, and what is it, next button. Okay, so this is application. If at all you have to write some script, this is like most of them, this is how much you have to write all the code. And coming to the next slide, so this is how I create a model. So model or module is nothing but the same. So if you see, vehicle data is what I have tried to capture. So if you see, make is what, here comes a make, and engine performance, year of construction, number of seats, all the application thing, technical information I have tried capturing in my module. Okay, and this orange symbol is what it denotes as a module, or what we scan from the application. Okay, so that is the simplest way I can make you to understand at this point of time. Okay, so if at all you have to write a test case, so this is how you can map your test case. So whenever you drag and drop your module onto your test case, so this is how a test tape is referred. I'll explain each and every symbol once we start with the creation of test cases. But for you, on a high level, I'm just explaining you. And this is how we feed the information. Like for make, what is the information I have to give? If suppose I want to give an Audi as that, I'll give it. If the engine performance I want to give as 200 kilowatts, I give it like this. I just pass the data, that's it, test data. Okay, so in the starting of our sessions, we'll be just giving the data like this, and then slowly we will understand how to do the parameterization, like how to not pass data here and make our script uniquely so that it can work for n number of times. Okay, so there are a lot more interesting concepts in Tosca. You can slowly do it. Okay, so this is how pretty much a test case is developed from our module. Okay. And coming to, I was repeatedly telling that Tosca is based on model based test automation. Okay, so it's pretty much like what you see with the human eye. You can directly go and create your test cases. Okay, so that is the simplest way you can understand about model based automation. Like everything from requirements to reports, you can do it, and all combined together. It's called as, entire system is called as model, which can be used for testing, which can be used for anything. Okay, regression testing or functional testing. So that is why we mostly talk about as a model based test automation. And if you see, these are the different high level technologies that we are supporting. I mean, Tricentis is supporting, like HTML, Java, .NET, SAP, mobile, ServiceNow, Windows, databases, Salesforce, Avlog, and this is Microsoft. Okay, so today I just wanted you to introduce to this modules section, and I want you to have a like quick just overview on how, where we work, and how the how our application works. So this is what I wanted to show you. Okay, so in tomorrow's session, we will see little more about how our page is being designed, and how are we trying to capture it, and what are the different page identification methods. All those things we will see in the next classes. Okay, so that's it. Pretty much I had for today. So if you have anything that I have to answer, please go ahead and I'll take up your questions. If not, we can wind up today's session. Yes, Smita, please go ahead.
Are we going to discuss about requirements, reporting, and issues?
Yes, we are going to.
Okay.
We'll be discussing how the requirements can be mapped to our test cases, how we can map it to the execution list, and there's some magic that happens in the requirement section. Suppose your project is working on a risk-based automation. So I'll tell you what is risk-based automation when we are talking when we come to the requirement section. So that time I'll explain you still more clearly what is risk-based automation. So whenever your project is working on risk-based automation, you have to assess what risk will come when you have to run this particular test cases. So all this assessment can directly happen in Tosca. Tosca will just take care of whatever we want. We just have to tell Tosca this is what I need. Okay. So it's like a handhold tool. Everything is there and you have to use it.
Yeah, quickly, one more question I have.
Yes, Mita, please go ahead.
I understood that we will be working only on web applications, okay,
Yeah,
and mostly on the demo application that we have that the Tricentis has provided. But
correct.
yeah, but specific scenarios like Jira integration, HP ALM integration, are we going to discuss this as part of the session?
No, this session is only designed as a basic to intermediate, like basic to intermediate knowledge level. So whatever you are asking about comes under advanced course. So we do have advanced course. You can just, if you are interested on that, you can enroll to that. But for now, this is only this one we are actually planning to cover.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yeah. So if no questions, we can take a leave for today. We can meet up in tomorrow's session. So thank you so much for attending our sessions. Have a nice long day. Thank you so much and bye bye. Let us meet up in tomorrow's session.
Thanks, sir. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mansi. Thank you.